I'm not gonna lick a guy's butthole. Have a hole.
Wait, that's disgusting. Someone's asked you that before?
Playboi Carti looks like he's in the middle of a full-blown meltdown that's got the whole internet locked in. Out of nowhere, Iggy Azalea decided she was done holding back, and she came swinging with some receipts that hint at Carti's alleged secret life. And did she really just pull up with proof? While Carti is blowing up at Iggy for putting his business on blast, Nick Young jumped straight into the fire, clowning Carti like it was a comedy show. Fans are losing their minds over this circus, and honestly, it's hard to tell what's more shocking: what Iggy revealed or how ruthless Nick was in dragging him. So, did Iggy Azalea just spill one of Carti's darkest secrets? And here's the bigger question: why did Nick Young decide to roast him in front of millions? Even wilder, how is Carti supposed to recover when he's getting dragged by both his ex and an NBA star at the exact same time? This is messy beyond words. One thing about Iggy, she's never been shy when it comes to throwing shade at her baby daddy. But this time, she didn't just toss jabs. She went nuclear. She's basically hinting that Carti has been living on the low. But that's not even the wildest part, because in the video I'm about to play, she hinted that back when they were still together, he had her doing some wild, spicy things in the bedroom. And let's just say it wasn't your regular date night routine. Then she drops the bomb with this line right here: "I'm not gonna lick a guy's butthole, have a hole."
I'm not gonna lick a guy's butthole. Have a hole.
Wait, that's disgusting. Someone's asked you that before?
Well, they don't mask with words, but there's murder.
They just they put their asshole in front of you?
Well, it's like a baby getting their diaper changed.
Wow.
And you know, there's no need for a man to have his legs cocked up like that.
So you've been in that situation?
I just said I have to go to the bathroom, and I did not go back into that environment.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. It's happened to me twice.
What the
And they were,
I would have a man who wants their ass eaten.
Ones that are in front of the camera usually just know that. If I told you who the arse eaters of this world are.
I gotta know.
Well, actually, we don't know that they're arse eaters.
Yeah.
What are they? They want their arse eaters.
Like, isn't that where your G-spot is? That your asshole? You tell me. I mean, I've never got anywhere near that.
I don't know.
Then Iggy didn't just stop there. She straight up hinted that she dipped on Carti not only because of his bedroom habits, but because he was broke and trying to make her split bills 50-50. Talk about messy. It's crystal clear who she was talking about, Carti, but you already know his fan base came charging at Iggy's neck, accusing her of lying just to get clicks and clout.
Things can be frustrating. Like, why doesn't she have a man? What's wrong with her? I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. It's just you guys want your buttholes licked, you do crack, and you don't have enough money to be 50-50 with me. That's your problem, not mine.
What is 50-50 with you though? I'm trying to think. 50-50 with you has to be, it's a pretty high standard.
If I had to pay it all, you wouldn't be fuckable, so I don't know what to tell you.
I think a woman shouldn't have to pay for anything. I don't believe in 50-50.
Well, I believe that it's the best I could. Why would I limit? It's just.
One of the loudest voices dragging her was none other than DJ Academics. On his live stream, he fired shots, saying Carti isn't gay and flipping it back on Iggy, calling her nothing more than a bitter baby mama. Here's what he said.
Yo, Iggy, baby girl. You gotta let that girl, you gotta let that hate go, yo. You gotta let that hate go. Carti got way more money than you. Talking about, oh, you gotta make more money because he don't 50. Come on, stop it. I don't know what Carti was with before, but Carti getting to a bag these days. Let that hurt go, baby girl. I know he left you high and dry to play the PlayStation with Lil Uzi. We gotta let that hate go, girl. I know he went and had another kid after you. But you gotta let that hate go, my girl. I know his career been only going up since he left you. Gotta let that hate go, girl. You see, the thing with women, when you start succeeding without them, they try to throw things in the air to bring you down. Oh, he like his ass eaten.
But here's where it gets wild. Academics himself was one of the first people to ever say Carti swings both ways. In an old interview, he literally claimed that while Uzi and Carti both give off zesty vibes, Uzi is straight, but Carti is bisexual.
I watched Uzi on stage and he's doing like that Beyonce surfboard.
He's wearing
grinding. I'm like,
Dragon Ball Z shoulder pads. It's crazy.
You know, I think him and Carti having like a little gay off is like, yo, wait, you wore a thong? All right, hold up, man.
bring it back over here to me. Let me show you what's really popping. Like, it's kind of crazy. Which, by the way, both of these guys aren't, well, Uzi not gay, but you know what I mean? And Carti, I've heard he's bisexual. I don't, you know what I mean? But it's hip hop, man.
So wait, when Academic says it, it's funny and entertaining, but when Iggy points it out, suddenly it's a problem? Make it make sense. And let's be real, this ain't the first time Iggy's come for Carti. She's made a whole hobby out of keeping her foot on his neck. Like when he posted a picture with their son, she blasted him for being a deadbeat, saying, "It's cool how you can fit dang near every busy into just one video." Talented, and in another clip, she even shaded him for being, let's just say, less than impressive in the bedroom.
7 inches is, I figured that out the other day.
So the way to look at the
I'm from
inches is
Australia.
this right here. This is an inch.
I'm used to centimeters,
Oh.
so that's why it confuses me a bit. That's
forgot
an
you're from
inch?
Australia.
That's a good way to do
Yeah, it's
it.
an inch.
It would be like 13, 14, 17.
Yeah, you could be right. Maybe that is perfect.
I don't know. I've never taken one, so I wouldn't know.
I don't know if I've taken a 7-inch one or not. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
wow.
Iggy has gone out of her way to put serious distance between Carti and their son Onyx, and she's not playing about it. Remember earlier this year when Kanye West went off on one of his infamous Twitter rants, beefing with everybody, including Carti? Well, out of nowhere, Kanye dragged Iggy's son into the mess. He tweeted, "Hey, Iggy Azalea, I need to get Onyx vocals on my song. That's my nephew. Oh, and I'm a rap about one of your businesses." Like, what? Iggy was not about to let her child be pulled into Kanye and Carti's circus, and she snapped back while doubling down on her claims about Carti being a deadbeat. She wrote, "Yeah, I understand the point you want to make. I say this with kindness, and as a mother, please leave my child out of this. At the end of the day, Jordan has other children less famous. Does it matter? But it seems only my son gets harassed in perpetuity about on or behalf of a man who has no relationship with him. Does he read it? Number. He's a child. But it creates a digital legacy and an odd situation for him to one day discover and endure in perpetuity from strangers online. Can I please have some peace? Can my son have some peace?" That clapback alone had people talking, but then Iggy turned it up even more. She hinted that Carti and Kanye might have been wrapped up in some shady dealings together, but were still cool behind the scenes. She wrote, "It's crazy how much I actually know about that man and the things I could say. Thankfully, I'm nice and don't want to involve people who don't deserve to be mixed into this manic episode, but let's keep it cute because I know you send your penis pictures to and the weird fantasies you have share with other men." In Hollywood, almost everybody's got skeletons, and with Carti, it's not exactly a well-kept secret. And believe it or not, that wasn't even the first time Iggy hinted that Carti was into some interesting things behind closed doors. But here's what's wild. Neither Kanye nor Carti denied the allegations. Instead, Kanye tried to flip the script and slut-shame Iggy, saying, "I intentionally never smashed Iggy because of Carti. Oh, and Rocky, oh, and Pusha, oh, and Tyga, oh, and French. On and on. You get the picture." So Kanye wasn't just dropping hints. He was straight up putting her body count on blast while dodging the real issue. Meanwhile, Iggy kept doubling down, making direct accusations that left fans wondering if Carti's secrets weren't so secret after all. And honestly, it wouldn't even be shocking, because rumors like this have been swirling around Carti for years. Like, let's not forget that viral moment on stage where Carti full-on kissed a male fan in front of the whole crowd. It looked like he was about to go in for a second kiss, too. But the fans swerved quick and turned it into a manly hug instead. That clip had the internet buzzing for weeks, with people debating if it was just rock star antics or something deeper. And then there's that other interview where the host asked Carti if he had grown to a place where he was comfortable with himself. The question had nothing to do with sexuality at all, but somehow Carti spun it into a whole conversation about having gay friends and even hinted he might have dated some of them. That left fans raising their eyebrows like, wait, what did he just admit? Carti once said in an interview, "I wouldn't give enough, cause it's like I love everybody. I don't judge nobody. I got gay friends, I got trans friends. You know what I'm saying? I done dated and for a second, it sounded like he was sliding one pinky toe out the closet. But just as quick as he let that slip, he caught himself, shut it down, and left fans hanging on that unfinished confession. Of course, fans connected the dots immediately. It wasn't hard to figure out what he was hinting at. And then came another interview where Carti basically admitted people weren't paying attention to him. He said if they were really tuned in, they would have noticed the small hints sprinkled throughout his music and lifestyle that pointed toward his real sexuality. In his own words, "I'm not going out of my way to have people like, oh, what the F is Carti on? Is he gay or is he trolling? No, bro, I don't give a F. I'm being myself. I hate that I waited so long to just be myself. I wish I could come in like this. But if you look at my career, you can see little signs of that, even if I wasn't wearing all black and all that. I always had a glimpse of this. Oh yeah, bro out here, he on some whole other ish. It's always been me from the moment I came into the game. And let's not even get started on his fashion choices. Carti has always leaned into bold, eyebrow-raising looks, but nothing stirred the pot more than that one time he stepped out in a full-on thong. Yes, a thong, out in public. His whole bare backside on display had everybody talking, from fans to haters to fashion blogs. Man, Carti didn't even have to do all that, but it's like he wanted the world to know he had that thing going on, and it was straight up scandalous. But beyond the wild fashion statements, Carti also dropped some eyebrow-raising gems in one of his interviews about who he really makes music for. He said, "I love women to death. I feel like I do this ish for women, because if the girls like you don't have to give enough about what guys think. Why would you give enough about what guys think if you got 100 girls calling your phone every day?" At first, it sounded like just another rapper flexing. Like he was bragging about not even needing to chase women because they were already chasing him. But when you break it down, it almost came off like he was bragging about being one of the girls, if you catch the vibe. And that's something people often point out when talking about gay men. They tend to have super close friendships with women who treat them like part of the crew. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, but it's exactly what had fans side-eyeing his words. And here's where it gets even spicier. Not only does Iggy seem convinced that Carti's living on the down low, but her ex-fiancé, Nick Young, seems to think the same thing. In fact, Nick didn't hold back. He flat out called Carti sus and even went so far as to advise him to just come out and be gay already. He basically said, "Stop hiding and live your truth." And of course, the internet went wild when Nick said that. And now that Iggy has flat out called out Carti for being gay, Nick Young looks like he's having the time of his life watching this unfold. Let's not forget, back when Iggy first started dating Carti, Nick was clearly jealous, and he never held back from throwing shade. The wild part? He was the one who cheated on Iggy with his ex, even getting her pregnant while he was still engaged to Iggy. The irony is almost too much. Carti thought he could check Iggy, but she flipped the whole script on him, leaving him buried under a pile of receipts. And when Nick jumped in to clown him in front of the world, Carti's image took a hit so brutal that no amount of rage tweeting could patch it up. Fans aren't laughing with him anymore. They're laughing at him, and every joke feels like another nail sealing up his rap persona's coffin. The real question now is, has Iggy finished her takedown, or is she just getting warmed up? Because if these are only the first few receipts she's willing to show, Carti could be one Instagram post away from watching his entire image crumble in real time. And with Nick Young piling on, the damage only gets uglier. Carti doesn't just risk looking messy, he risks becoming the industry's favorite punchline. One thing's for sure, two things for certain, this drama is nowhere near cooling down. And unless Carti can flip the narrative fast, the next headline we see about him won't be tied to new music. It'll be about how his own ex and his own peers dragged him right out of the spotlight. So what do you think? Is this the end of Carti's carefully crafted image, or just another scandal he'll bounce back from? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for the next chapter of this wild ride.